Hey everyone, welcome back to the Silent Temple. Imagine this, you're scrolling through your feed and you see a post that perfectly aligns with your beliefs. You like it, share it, and feel that rush of validation. But what if I told you that this simple act is rooted in an ancient warning from the Buddha himself? A warning about how our minds trick us into suffering. Today, we're diving deep into 3 psychological biases that the Buddha warned us about over 2,500 years ago. These aren't just modern discoveries from psychologists, they're timeless insights from Buddhist teachings that can transform how you think, act, and live. Stick around because by the end of this 20-minute video, you'll have practical tools to spot these biases in your own life and break free from them. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on more mind-bending content like this. Let's jump in. First up, confirmation bias. Have you ever ignored evidence that challenges your views only to double down on what you already believe? That's confirmation bias in action, and it's sneaky. But guess what? The Buddha saw this coming miles away. In Buddhist philosophy, this ties directly to what he called clinging to views, or ditthi in Pali. The Buddha taught in the Brahmajala Sutta that we often attach to our opinions as if they're absolute truths, leading to endless arguments and suffering. He warned that this attachment blinds us to reality, keeping us trapped in the cycle of samsara, endless rebirth and dissatisfaction. Now, fast forward to modern psychology. Confirmation bias was coined by Peter Watson in the 1960s, but it's basically what happens when we seek out information that confirms our preconceptions and dismiss anything that doesn't. Think about politics. If you're on one side, you might only watch news channels that echo your opinions, filtering out the rest. Or in relationships, ever convinced yourself your partner is the one, despite red flags, just because it fits your romantic narrative? Let me hook you with a real-life example. Remember the story of the Buddha and the arrow? A man is shot with a poisoned arrow, but instead of pulling it out, he demands to know who shot it, what caste they are, and what the arrow is made of. The Buddha says, dude, you'll die before you get answers. Focus on removing the suffering. That's like us clinging to our biased views instead of seeking truth. Studies show this bias affects everything from investment decisions, where people hold losing stocks too long, to health choices, like anti-vaxxers ignoring scientific data. So, how did the Buddha suggest overcoming this? Mindfulness and right view from the Noble Eightfold Path. Practice observing your thoughts without attachment. Next time you feel that urge to confirm your belief, pause and ask, what evidence am I ignoring? Try a simple exercise. For 1 week, actively seek out opposing viewpoints on a topic you feel strongly about. It might feel uncomfortable, but that's the path to wisdom. All right, that was bias number 1. If you're finding this eye-opening, drop a like below. It really helps the channel. Now, on to the second bias. Picture this, you win $100 and you're happy, but then you lose $100 and you're devastated. Why does the loss hurt way more than the win feels good? Well, welcome to loss aversion, the second bias the Buddha warned about. In Buddhism, this connects to aversion, or dosa, one of the 3 poisons. The Buddha taught in the Dhammapada that hatred and aversion lead to suffering, saying, hatred never ceases by hatred, by love alone it ceases. But aversion isn't just hate, it's our overreaction to loss or pain, which the Buddha saw as a fundamental bias distorting our perception. Psychologists, Daniel Kahneman and Amos Tversky, formalized loss aversion in 1979 as part of prospect theory. They found that losses loom larger than gains, about twice as much actually. In experiments, people would rather avoid losing $50 than gain $50. This explains why we stick with bad jobs, fear of losing stability, or hold on to toxic relationships, fear of being alone. Let me hook you with a real-life parable. There's the story of Kisa Gotami, a woman who lost her child and begged the Buddha for medicine to revive him. The Buddha said, "Bring me a mustard seed from a house untouched by death." She searched everywhere but found no such house. Realizing loss is universal, she let go of her aversion and found peace. That's the Buddha warning us. Clinging to avoidance of loss keeps us suffering. In today's world, this bias shows up in investing. People sell winning stocks too soon, but hold losers hoping they'll rebound. Or in dieting, one cheat day feels like total failure, so we quit. Research from Harvard shows loss aversion even affects negotiations. We demand more to give something up than we'd pay to acquire it. To counter this, the Buddha prescribed equanimity, or ujeka, from the Brahma Viharas. Practice loving-kindness meditation. Sit for 5 minutes, wishing well to yourself, then a loved one, then a neutral person, and even an enemy. This balances our aversion. Also, reframe losses. Ask, what's the opportunity here? Instead of fearing job loss, see it as a chance for growth. That's 2 down. If this is resonating, comment below. Which bias hits you hardest so far? Let's keep going to the third. Third and final bias, the illusion of control. Ever felt like you can control outcomes that are totally random, like blowing on dice for luck? That's this bias, and the Buddha nailed it with his teaching on impermanence and no self. In Buddhist terms, this is rooted in delusion, or moha, the third poison. The Buddha emphasized anicca, impermanence, and anatta, no self, in the Anattaklakkhana Sutta, warning that we delusionally believe we control our lives, bodies, and minds. He said, whatever is impermanent is suffering, because our grip on control causes pain when things change, as they always do. Modern psychology caught up with Ellen Langer's studies on the illusion of control in 1975, where people act as if skill influences chance events. Like in lotteries, if you pick your numbers, you feel more confident than if they're random. This bias leads to overconfidence in driving, hence accidents, or gambling addictions. The Buddha once asked his disciples to meditate on a leaf falling from a tree. Can you control when it falls, its color, its path? No. Yet we try to control our careers, health, even emotions. A famous example, during the COVID pandemic, people hoarded toilet paper, feeling like it gave them control over uncertainty. Studies from Yale show this illusion peaks in stressful times, worsening anxiety. The Buddha's antidote, insight meditation, vipassana. Observe sensations without reaction, realizing control is an illusion. Practice by noting during daily activities, walking, to see how little we truly control. In psychology, cognitive behavioral therapy echoes this. Challenge thoughts like, I must control this, with evidence.